On streams today are outside hitter Skyler Varga, outside hitter defensive specialist and serving specialist Connor Bloom, and head coach Nick MacRae of Long Beach State, the national champions in 2025. You guys are coming off a remarkable 2025 season, resulting in a fourth national championship for the Beach. Can you share your thoughts on last season?
Yeah, it was a pretty unforgettable season, to be honest, and no better way to end it off with a championship and a ring. I think it's hard to put that kind of in the past for this upcoming season, and I think we'll always keep that in our back pocket going into this season. But it was absolutely unforgettable. We had a really good group. We meshed together really well. But I'm honestly really excited for this season because I think we have just as good of a group and a group that gets along. And we're just a tight-knit group we're gonna I guess we're gonna just try and do it again this year.
That's right.
Yeah. What are you, Connor?
Last year was obviously amazing. Very happy to be a part of this team and the squad of guys that was able to go all the way. And I think we're looking to do it again.
And of course, Coach Nick MacRae at the time was an associate head coach, but hanging out there courtside.
I'm sitting with champions. I live with champions, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it, especially alongside these two guys who have helped us be in the hunt year in and year out. And it's one of the most special things that someone can go through. And all of us across the country, I know everyone's talking to you, Rob, and every young man says, I want to win a national championship, and I want to do that. And it's the biggest and greatest goal to go after. And what's most special about it is there's absolutely no guarantee behind it. So you have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to put in the work to push through insecurities, the possibility of failing, and just keep growing and working and moving forward. And again, we got to reap all of the rewards, and we were the last man standing, and it was an absolute honor to be champions.
Excellent. Well, this next question here is still in reference to the 2025 season. We will move forward and talk about 2026, but the reality is Long Beach State introduced a very viral sensation of the world by the name of Moni Nikolov, and the Moni effect took, Preston over crowds at the Pyramid and anywhere you guys are playing at. But how do you guys see last year's success affecting the game as you move forward and bring that into 2026?
I'll start with that one. I think Moni showed what people have been trying to show for years, but because of social media, obviously because of the international success now bringing it over here, he sold out or had the highest fan attendance at every gym across the country that we went through. And what's even more exciting is that won't be the last time that happens. And I'll speak more on Skyler Varga. Obviously, you saw him all summer long with the VNL. He's going to have a Skyler Varga effect, and there's going to be more and more Long Beach guys or NCAA men's volleyball guys that are going to have a similar effect. That the only way that they're able to have it is because of what Moni's done, but we've shined a positive light now on men's volleyball. So everyone else, and this is my inner Al talking, saying it's about time that people see men's volleyball for what it is.
Connor, anything to add there?
I think you hit the nail on the head there, but Moni kind of just opened the doors to allow a lot of us to be more viral and more prominent on social media. And so I think that's going to be great for the growth of the sport.
Yeah, we'll close out with Skyler.
Big props to Moni for what he did last year and kind of kicking the door open for honestly the entire volleyball world, and especially in NCAA volleyball. I think it was great to see more creativity coming into men's volleyball, and I think that's just going to keep coming in the upcoming years of people trying to be creative, do things to make their mark in volleyball, and I think that's going to, personally for myself, I'm definitely going to try to be creative and throw my own spin on things this year. So.
Well, with that, I'm going to go back to a coach-specific question. I have to address it just because it has been the big news. But what are your thoughts on stepping into a legendary coach's role?
I think it's the greatest honor that could ever occur, and I'm here at the best men's volleyball program in the country. I get to be head coach, and it's the greatest coaching job, if not in the country, in the world from a volleyball standpoint. It's just an absolute honor. And the two things, and I learned this from Al, and it's my number one goal is these two variables, is to try and leave it better than I found it, which is in one of the best places that it's ever been. So to try and move the mark there, and then two, bring as many people alongside for this journey and ride as possible. And these guys live with those two focus points too. As seniors, they've left the program, especially their last fall, better than where they found it. And they're bringing everybody, as far as our entire team and community, along for this ride.
Well, I'm going to move the next question over towards Skyler, because you mentioned international play, in which you represented Volleyball Canada for this last summer and were listed on the VNL roster. But not only does Long Beach State have you representing your national team, but a few other athletes that are going to be on the court and participating in this process at Long Beach State. Can you talk a little bit about that, Skyler?
Yeah, I had a great summer. It was obviously a high level of volleyball, and super grateful to be playing international volleyball. I think the guys around me can get overlooked. I mean, we still have Daniil and incoming opposite Wojciech, and a couple other guys, Alex Gundev as well. I mean, you can't overlook those guys, and I mean, Daniil is absolutely crushing it for our national team this summer as well, and Wojciech, top three, I think, outside attacker in World Championships this summer, and Alex Gundev also representing Bulgaria for an unbelievable summer. So I mean, we got the firepower this year, and a lot of good guys who are representing volleyball or Long Beach at a high level this past summer. So it's gonna be really exciting.
Well, I'm going to have some fun with you, Skyler, because you ignored the American, and he's a Libero, which is a double negative. So you got to give a shout out to Kellen Larson, also that U21 team. I want to bounce over to Connor here. You have a valuable group of seniors who have done nothing but contribute to, I mean, above and beyond the program in this year's final season. But can you talk about the seniors on the team and what they mean to the beach?
Well, what they mean to the beach is, I mean, they're the seniors. They lead the pack. You know, we kind of go by a mantra that everyone can lead, and so I think the seniors try and push that the most on the court and off the court. You know, and speaking personally, they're my greatest friends, and so I'm looking forward to another season of playing with them, and I'm looking forward to see what the senior class can do for the program.
From
So
the
that
seniors,
shifts over to Coach MacRae. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something to add on there, Skyler?
yeah, I'd say for Skyler, for Connor, for Ben Braun, for Island, and for Dane, these five seniors, all throughout all fall, to Connor's point, everyone has a voice and everyone has the opportunity to lead. But from a coaching staff, we went through our seniors to help lead our team culture standpoint and help at least guide us. What are this year's Long Beach State men's volleyball team standards, the non-negotiables going to be? So that's another reason as a staff how we make sure to go through these two and the other three, so all five seniors, create our standards list, the non-negotiables, and then we work through our seniors to deliver that to the team as well. So they are very special to this year's team, and of course their legacy has already been put in place for years to come.
Well, Coach, I was going to ask you a hybrid question between the seniors and your internationals, but that means I just have to ask about your internationals competing. And I do mean those who have competed on the international level. How do you feel those guys' experiences are going to pour into your Long Beach State program?
They moved the mark. Again, you're going to hear it again and again, so I'm not afraid to keep saying it. They're leaving it better than they found it. So we had 8 guys, at least I wrote down, we had 8 guys this summer. So from Skyler to then Kellen Larson and Isaiah Pruitt for our national team in USA. And then Daniil went to U21, Alex Kondev, U21, Jackson Christ, and Wojciech. They all went to the World Championships with their age group. And then Miles Jordan represented his national team USA at the U19 age level. So having 8 guys that played all summer long, when you go overseas, you're playing a high level and a high brand of volleyball. And with the NCAA standpoint, we can't be with our guys all summer long. So it immediately helps the gym when we start up in the fall. So it's big time.
Excellent stuff there, Coach. I wanted to ask you guys, now that we're moving into the 2026 season, fall competition has ended for the most part, but what are your guys' senses of how this Long Beach State team looks and where can they go? And we'll start with you, Connor.
I think we can do great things as a team. Individually, we got a lot of guys that will continue to play after they're done and they're graduating, and they'll continue to represent their countries. And as a team, I think we'll do very well this year.
How about you, Skyler?
Yeah, kind of touched on it earlier. This year we're a really tight group. And I think that's a big part of doing big things as a group that gets along really well together, that has a common goal, and that really wants to work together to do big things. And I think that's exactly what we got this year. I think we're going to be dangerous with a lot of pieces. I mentioned a few of our internationals and our Americans, everybody, honestly, but there's guys that can come off the bench and fit in any role, as we talk about. That's what we need. We need to be prepped and ready, and I think there's a lot of guys with that mindset and that are buying into our culture. So I think, like I said, we're going to be dangerous this year, and not to underestimate us, I guess.
All right. Well, let me ask all of you this, and obviously everyone's excited to get 2026 started, but who is the most improved athlete on your team as you go into the new season?
I'm going to pump the freshmen. And so right now, Rob, our roster is 17 guys. And with the new NCAA rules moving forward, it'll be about 18. But in our past, at least for my entirety of coaching, we've had about 24, if not a couple more guys there. So when you enter in, we only have a group of 17 guys, which is amazing from a coaching standpoint, because it kind of prepares me for future goals of coaching Olympics when you have a small roster there. But the 5 new guys from Jackson Chris, Miles Jordan, Jet Estes, Braden Marquette, and Wojciech, they immediately had to come in and play a big part in our gym. And especially because we had those 8 guys coming back and we didn't input Skyler into training right away. We gave them some time, the ones that were playing all summer long, some time to rehab and get themselves mentally and physically dialed in. Those 5 newcomers, they were inputted right away, and they absolutely crushed it and grew and said they were all into our brand of volleyball in the Long Beach way, day in and day out. So personally, I'm very proud of those guys.
Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in?
Yeah, I think, a little bit of an unusual fall with, I guess, how many, like Nick said, how many guys you're having in the gym, and I thought the freshmen did an absolutely great job of picking up on things quickly. Usually, personally for me, when I came in, I had 32 guys to watch, or 31 guys to watch, and kind of sit back to see how things worked, and made it a little bit easier transition. But I can't imagine how hard it would be as those guys to come into a legendary program like Long Beach and have to figure out what to do so quickly, especially coming on court with 17 guys, and some guys like myself taking those couple extra days or weeks to kind of get myself, my mind, and my body right. So I think, the freshmen, all the new incomers did an unbelievable job of stepping into their roles right away and kind of finding where I guess they belong on the team. And they did an unbelievable job, all of them.
Yeah. Connor, anything to add?
I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's making big steps forward. Everyone's getting better in this gym, and it's the one thing I love about this gym. Everyone's striving to be better, and the guys that we bring in are able to push us to do that as well. And all in all, I think that's a great thing to have in a team.
Rob, I've got one more shout out to go over before it even comes up, and it might not come up in this one. It'd be talking about our 3 setters. So Jake Pisani, Island Doty, and Ryan Peluso. And been lucky enough to have been doing this thing now. This is my 14th year. When we won in 2018 and 2019, a lot of that was because of the setter cohesive unit. Obviously, what you saw and what the public saw was Josh Tuaniga under the lights, but what people didn't see was then every setter that was there with them each step of the way, from Gary Trejo, from even Aiden Knife in his early years, and then Curtis Stallings. So we took that lesson learned. Now we're going for another national championship, but using those lessons learned from where we did it before, it's having that setter bond, and their objective is not to come and beat Moni Nikolov. It's taking all three of them to ensure that our setters are together, our offense is ready to rock with all three so they can put their own mark on it. So a big credit to those guys.
Right. Well, with that, with you opening the schedule in 2026, Skyler's going to be facing off against a few of his countrymen in the North American Challenge, and got to be some chirp going underneath the net there, right? There, Skyler?
Yeah, for sure. Just playful down there.
Well, but then you move into the rest of the season, and some of the opponents that obviously catch a lot of our eyes are the powerhouses of standards of Pepperdine, Penn State, and UCLA, but you've got some new teams coming into the MPSF that you are going to be taking on Jessup and CUI as part of an effort to continue to grow the game. But a phenomenal non-conference schedule. I want to get your guys' comments on that.
I'll start off and then you guys can tee it up. The scheduling's always been very intentional, and that comes from the mentors that I've been around as well. So we're bringing in Brock from Alberta, and we're bringing in Graham from Calgary for the North American Challenge. And those are actually two coaching allies. And they're going to be, so in Canada, they're going to be halfway into their season by the time they come down here. So we're not even going to be done with our first week of training, and we're going to go to battle with two really good teams. And that's why we schedule that North American Challenge. And it's also very helpful because we have Skyler and Daniil and a couple other family members that are from Canada. So big respect there. And then we hit the road and we're traveling a bit, which we normally do every year. And we'll have a 3-match road week, and we go to Ohio State to get back and connect with Birch there. And we have great memories at Ohio State. That's where we just won the NCAA championship. So we're excited to get back. And the non-conference schedule, especially throughout all of February, all the opponents that we schedule, we're priming ourselves for this is what a Final Four NCAA matchup dogfight is going to feel like. So we're getting at least 4 or 5 of those examples through the non-conference time. And then, Rob, you hit it. Of course, it's our job being the national champions, and this is Long Beach State's philosophy in general, and this comes speaking for Alan, but our guys know this as well. It's our job to take our sport of volleyball and to go to other gyms and to support it and say, absolutely, we're going to schedule one another and we're going to work collaboratively with one another from a coach and program standpoint. And that's our job, especially when you're at the top, is to continue to give back. Then we enter into the Big West, and the Big West, Rob, hopefully you're pumping it, has won 5 of the last 7 NCAA national championships, and we're striving to do that again this year. Long Beach haven't won 3 of those, and going for a 4th.
Excellent. Guys, anything to add on what Coach had to say?
I'm not really a guy to kind of look too deeply into the schedule. I obviously trust our coaching staff, and like Nick said, they schedule our games with a plan, and they're going to do kind of what's best for us long term in the season. So every time I step on the court, or I know anybody on the team steps on the court, or even in practice, it's intense first off, and it's treated like we're playing for a national championship. So I don't think personally, I don't look too deeply into the schedule. I just kind of take it game by game, prep for it a week early, and treating it like a national championship every week.
Right. Well, are we going to say something, Connor?
Similar to what Sky said, take it week by week. We like to say we fall to the level of our training. We don't rise to the occasion. So we always train just as hard for any team and work to continue to get better every week, no matter who the opponent is.
Well, I can't help but mention that the Big West is a slugfest. You finish your non-conference schedule, and then you have 5 other teams that are always right at your heels and wanting to go to fisticuffs in your competition. But what is it like going to Big West Conference play once the non-conference is done?
You gotta dial in for sure. It's not something you can take easy. It's important for that last stretch at the end of the season. It's important going into the Big West tournament and hopefully the national tournament. So yeah, like you said, it's an absolute slugfest, and guys are throwing punches for sure. So it's not something you can take lightly, and you need to be dialed in. That's where things get serious, and there's a lot of good teams out there that are really trying to have our number on their back and want to take I guess a win from us. So yeah.
So the number 1 is as good as a Target logo on your guys' jerseys. So that's what I'm getting from what you're saying. Well, you know what? I'm going to hit this question up with Coach MacRae here. But, you know, the recent news, the other big news that happened is the NCAA expanding to 12 teams this year. And you've been in the game long enough to see this transformation. But what are your thoughts on this expansion?
I think we're trying to get it expanded to at least 16 now. So to your point, yes, it's amazing. It shows growth, and now it's our job to keep pushing for even more. So 16 seems to be a great number. We're appreciative of everybody that's put in the work and continued to fight for us. And now it's our job every time we have a microphone to say we would also like more for men's volleyball.
All right, I'm going to end with probably one of the toughest questions that's going to go to your student athletes. Sorry, guys. Got to make your brain work on this one. But in your eyes, as competing student athletes, who do you see as a leading candidate for Big West Player of the Year? And it could be someone from your team. I'm going to put that out there.
I'll say Skyler Varga.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd be stupid not to bet on myself. So, absolutely.
All right. That's Skyler Varga, Connor Bloom, and head coach Nick MacRae of Long Beach State. Great spending the time with you today, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.